We're now joined by famed sports announcer Michael Buffer, who coined the phrase, "Let's get ready to rumble." You heard him up there on the podium before. And then professional boxers Gennady Golovkin right here, and then Danny Jacobs as well. You two are squaring off in a big fight on Saturday, Madison Square Garden, 9 o'clock Eastern time. And we know, Gennady, you've had, what, 32 straight wins so far. Are you nervous at all? You feel pretty good going into Saturday?
I feel very comfortable because I understand we're both professionals. And it's a very important fight for us. I'm very comfortable.
Okay,
Danny, how you feeling?
I feel great. This is a great opportunity. Be in New York, I'm a New Yorker as well. So to have all my friends and family out to come support this Mecca fight, it's going to be awesome.
Well, I'll ask you the question everybody asks. What is the routine between now and Saturday night? How many more days in the gym, if anything? What's the sleep schedule? Walk us through the next, I guess, 7 days.
Well, for the last 2 months, the hard work has been put in the gym. But for this last week, we're fine-tuning, making sure that the weight is good, making sure that we go over the game plan, and we stay sharp.
And is it weird for you two to be like out and about with each other and then be, kind of fiercely competing 5 days from now, or is that just part of what you guys do? You're just used to that by now.
Well, we're both gentlemen.
Yeah.
We're professionals. We have our business inside the ring, but outside the ring, we're both loving, going gentlemen guys.
Gennady, Triple G is the nickname.
That's all right.
What's left with your routine in the next few days?
The same, just last weekend is very important. Just focus to business.
Right. Well, we know, Michael, too, you've been covering boxing for a long time. How is your job as an announcer, and have you seen the sport change over time? Of course, now we see a lot of these fights happening on pay-per-view, also the Saturday night, or Friday night, rather, HBO fights, sometimes over the weekends, those fights as well. But how has the industry changed in terms of the distribution, the fighters, and covering the sport in general?
I think what we've all seen over the last 35 years that I've been doing it is a great increase in boxing fans around the world because of social media and just the electronic medium of being able to get fights in pay-per-view. Years ago, you had to go to a theater to see it on a closed circuit. And so now we have millions and millions of more boxing fans. And if I can add on one thing, you see these two guys standing here. It really is a tribute to the sport to see two world-class fighters that are world-class gentlemen, and they both are. It's really amazing. This isn't an act. They're both thoroughbreds. You can see the kind of condition they're in right now and the respect they have for each other. And when they step into the ring on Saturday night at Madison Square Garden, they do what they have to do as professionals.
Michael, is that different? I mean, this is not your first rodeo, as the saying goes. Have you seen competitors that as you've gone on these kind of tours to the New York Stock Exchange or media events that basically can't even stand next to each other? There's so much hostility?
Yeah, through the years, of course, it's not like all boxers throw wolf tickets at each other at the weigh-in, and they're always trying to slap each other or say things bad about each other. But, you do have many professionals that can handle themselves like these two gentlemen.
One other question for you. As so much television has declined in viewership, live viewership has been so powerful in live sports. As you look back over your career, do you feel like this is a golden moment for live events like boxing? What is your perspective on how media has changed over the past decades?
Yeah, media has definitely changed a lot of viewing habits. A lot of people are under the impression that MMA has become a dominant force in man-to-man combat. But if you go on the internet, like I have to just for business, and look at all the fights around the world every Friday and Saturday night, probably boxing has 10 times more people watching and going to fights than MMA. It's really amazing, but you have to look at it. You can't just look at the big picture.
Well, we know
States.
ratings for the regular boxing telecasts were actually down about 10% in 2016. Are ratings something that you guys even think about at all when you go in there or not? TV ratings?
Obviously, this is a pay-per-view match. We want to make sure that the viewership is at an all-time high. This is one of the biggest fights that can be made in the middleweight division. So we want the world to see it. We want the world to be entertained, and we want to, do good for the sport of boxing.
When we were all kids, I'm probably older than you, but I'll say like when we were all kids, like video games. Like I remember when Mike Tyson's Punch-Out came out. You guys remember that?
Yes.
Okay. In today's day and age, beyond being excellent at your core sport, what's most exciting? Is it having a strong social media presence? Is it engaging with your fans? Is it a video game? Like, what's the other thing that you want to do on the side?
It's a good question. I remember my video game. Yeah, you're right. Right now it's both. It's very good quality, you know, just boxing quality. It's 100% power, 100% speed, 100% focus, you know, it's very hard for us, you know. I don't know. What do you think about it?
Apparel is another thing I should have thrown out there because Tyson didn't have apparel. He had a video. So like, what's the other thing on the side that you're excited about?
I think the fan love for me is most important. What we do it for the fans. We want to make sure we're entertainers at the end of the day. But everything comes with the territory. Apparel, sponsorships, all these other different things.
What's the platform that you spend the most time working on? Snap, Facebook, Twitter?
My platform, I would probably say, is all of them.
Okay.
I like to reach out to my fans, and if I can think about being a Roy Jones fan back in the day and having this platform, which we didn't, I would be so much more of a big fan. I would be so in tune with his life, just because I was a fan of who he was inside and out the ring. But now that we have this outlet, I want to make sure that I can do the same for my fans.
And Saturday's match, a big one for you, especially as a New Yorker here, probably hoping to get a lot of New Yorkers out to that. Do you see using Snap, using Instagram, using all the platforms, does it spur momentum and more people that show up for the actual matches and the championships?
Well, absolutely. You know, the internet and social media is at an all-time high now. So we want to make sure we use the platform as much as we can to build our fans, to build this boxing match, and to keep it going.
A bunch of money, I'm sure, spent on staying in shape. I mean, LeBron, spends about $1 million a year just on his body. And then, of course, you integrate all the technology that's out there these days. What are some of the new technologies that you're trying out right now in the training process?
Oxygen tanks, hanging upside down. Like, what's hot these days? Oh, the cupping, do you do that?
No, boxing is old school, you know. This is like gladiators. This is not new.
Well, you know, boxing is a very old school, traditional type of sport, but if you can get a little niche from a new modern technology, then you go for it. Oxygen tanks, chamber masks, things of that nature. But yeah, I mean, I think when you're at this world-class level, you want to try to implement as much as you can.
I feel the same way about my own training.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coach Kevin, my coach, is going to be so excited I was here with you guys today. Michael, thank you for joining us as well. Guys, have a great fight. We'll all be watching. Best of luck. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Michael, thank you.